Jess, welcome to podcast episode 10.
Thank you. Welcome, Aaron.
How do you feel after doing 10 podcast episodes?
It doesn't feel like we've done 10. I wonder what we're going to talk about in season 2.
So we're going to divide this up into seasons?
Oh.
I remember I asked you one time if we're going to do seasons, and you said we'll do seasons as long as every single season is the same exact length. And I said,
oh, yeah.
That might be hard.
I think if every season had a theme, that would be better and make me feel more complete. But what's the theme of season 1?
I'm not sure.
All right, forget it.
Before we get into this, I do want to mention that our first episode was released on July 29th, 2017.
Wow. So you've less than a year.
It's been less than a year.
Do you like it? Am I fun to talk to?
I'm going to recap what we talked about over the past 10 episodes. Episode 1, don't talk about your own podcast.
I was very boring. I was very shy.
The caption is, Aaron and Jess return from Hawaii and are inspired to start a podcast.
I remember that.
Episode 2, close all doors. Aaron and Jess review a movie, recap a date in the OC, and discuss their pet peeves.
You know what? You did close the door after that, but I recently saw that habit come back.
What?
What was episode 3 about?
Episode 3, Madison Who, please come to Snociety. Aaron and Jess debrief a Snociety event, detail their current projects, and prepare for a retreat.
What event was that?
The event was something for Go Little Tokyo. I forget what it was.
Oh, I remember. We had a sign up. It was like $10 each, and they came and they had poke and boba tasting. And then I talked about why the pairing was good.
Does it seem like a long time ago? Does it seem
Yeah,
like a
that was
distant
good.
memory?
I forgot we did that. All right. Okay, cool. What else?
Episode 4, Jess was going to say that. Aaron and Jess debrief the ETJ live show, review some food, complete some TV shows, remember their youth, and reflect on summer retreat.
That sounds like a boring podcast one.
You know it's bad when you're bored by your own podcast.
And it was just by the description of it.
Number 5, advanced cardiac life support. Aaron almost gets into a fight. Jess deals with phone scams. Jess wonders why there is a new Aaron who does not spend money on food. We discuss the distinction between boba and milk tea. We sing the praises of Demi Lovato and Miley Cyrus. Jess designs table numbers and escort cards for a wedding. And the boba tour continues at Tan Cha in SGV.
I remember people saying they liked this one because of your story about the fight. And I was thinking, what?
Number 6, probably after this podcast. Jess and Aaron attempt to define date nights, review recent Disney entertainment, and discuss rebranding their church website.
Do you have anything to say about that one?
fcbcwalnut.org. Are we not going to say our church website? Too private?
It's online. Anything online is not private.
Episode 7, it's too much. Jess takes a trip to San Francisco.
Nice.
Aaron gets intellectual about Instagram. Jess and Aaron check out a classical piano concert and make memories at Mickey's Halloween party. The episode ends with a conversation on clapping hands, 168 Market, and boba.
That's a good one.
Episode 8, what about Thanksgiving? Jess returns from Las Vegas and subscribes to Daily Look. Aaron feels like a real musician now that Earth to Jupiter is on Spotify. We host a Halloween party, take it easy in Indio, and talk about our upcoming trip to Hong Kong and Shanghai.
Wow, we went to a lot of places.
Episode 9, where are we going to go next? Jess gets asked out. Aaron throws up. And they share their stories from Hong Kong and Shanghai.
Aaron throws up because I got asked out. He thought it was sickening.
That's not how the episode turned out. I can pinpoint 2, maybe 3 themes. Theme 1.
Okay.
Or you try to pinpoint the themes.
I think a lot of the things we talked about were kind of looking back at events we did. But is that what a podcast is about? We just talk about ourselves? And then I think we also talked a lot about trips. I went on a lot of trips. And then we went together on a trip. And then we talked a lot about Snociety. That was dumb. What do you think?
No, I agree.
Oh, okay.
I think the three themes are that we talk about the events that we did and the entertainment that we consumed, like the movies we watched,
That's true.
the Disneyland trips we went on, or just
Disney.
Yeah,
Entertainment.
Disney
That's good.
stuff, music and movies. But we didn't talk about the art that we created. The point of the podcast was supposed to be
That's true.
that
That's
initially.
True. But you know, when you're recapping all 9 episodes, it did make me feel like, oh, I forgot about that. I'm glad you recorded our moments in audio form.
So our children's children can relive the memories.
Yeah, they have to read all our yearly magazine issues that we roll out in July every year. It just sums up what we did that year. And our kids and their kids have to listen to all our audio podcasts. They have to look at all our artwork, all your music stuff. Why do they have to do that? To know their history, I guess.
So they can know us.
So they can know us. They have to do it. If they don't do it, then I guess
No inheritance.
we'll probably be dead.
The second theme I can pinpoint is, yes, it sounds as if we travel a lot.
Yeah, and we don't like to travel. How did that happen?
I think that somehow God arranged situations for us where traveling was possible and made sense.
It's true. I think in a couple of years, we're going to not be traveling for decades. So I think this was our prime.
Decades?
I think so. I don't think we will travel to Hong Kong, China, Japan, Paris. Like we did all of that in the past 3 years. And I think that was our prime because we're still healthy, I think. I mean, you might have diabetes. I might be anemic, but I think,
That's not healthy. That's not healthy at all.
I know.
Are you trying to tell me that you're all traveled out? Is that what you mean?
I think God allowed us to travel during that time so that we can spend the minimum amount of money we have or that we can. Because if we have kids, we're going to have to spend money on them. And that's just going to be more. And it's going to be costly. And we might not even have fun with our kids. I mean, we'll have fun. But it's nice to know that we can travel together. And we were able to spend money on ourselves and not have to worry about kids. But now I'm ready for a family. So give me a kid.
Do you think that we're selfish because we did all our traveling before kids?
No, I think we're okay. Because I think with our kids, since they're starting off as a baby and like fresh, they're not going to know.
They're not going to know that there are places to go in the world.
I mean, we'll take them to Disneyland maybe once a year, and we'll
once a year while we've had passes for longer than we've been married.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think we're selfish?
Here's the third theme that I came up with.
You ignored my question.
The third theme is Snociety. That has been dominating our lives for the past 1.5 years. So even though this is episode 10, I think we're just going to continue the themes and just talk about this right now. This might be the last time we talk about Snociety in detail.
I think so too. We're in it. We're living it. It's going to be the end of it. I think we should have a separate podcast on just Snociety.
But
how it started, how it was, what we had to do, how it's ending. I think I just want to archive everything now. I just want our kids to know everything.
Really? So you want to do another? You want to do another one that goes into more detail?
Yeah, I want to talk about every single thing, every bad thing that has happened to us, our employee situations, the lawsuit.
What?
Yeah, I said it. The lawsuit. Someone sued us, but they don't know what it's about. We won't have to talk detail.
Okay, maybe there will be some
Okay.
Snociety spillover.
Maybe
in the
it's just
next
something I need to
podcast.
rant. But you know what? It's okay because I talked through it with you so many times already. I'm good. I'm good.
Here's an announcement. Snociety is closing. March 30th is our last day.
Yeah.
And March 31st,
We're having a party.
we're having a party.
It's a Snociety thank you party. I like to throw parties. Are you okay with us ending Snociety at the end of the month?
I've had a lot of time to process this and think this through. I think at one point you said you're like 90% happy, 10% sad. I think I'm more like 95% happy,
Wow.
5% sad. And I don't even know if it's a true sadness.
Uh-huh.
I think it's just kind of like time to go, time to move on. Like it's bittersweet, but more sweet than bitter. It's sweet bitter.
Yeah. I think it's the right decision. We don't have regrets or anything. It's just, I think at this point of time, we're happy. We're excited to end. And I think it's better to be happy to end instead of being sad and sorrowful and mourning. All deep emotions.
The first reason why we're going to end Snociety is because our lease is up. Now, I know that ending a lease doesn't mean that you can't renew it, but I think it gave us an opportunity to reassess what we're doing, and it gave us a clear-cut timeline for how we're going to proceed. You and I have been doing Snociety for a total of 1.5 years. Before we started doing it, it was already in operation for 1.5 years. So it's been a total of 3 years in its entire existence.
Yeah, and I think we learned a lot within the 1.5 years. And I think another reason, too, is because it's just time for us to move on.
It was never our dream to own a poke and boba shop. I think that we dreamed about owning some type of restaurant or some type of storefront or run some type of business, but it was never specifically poke and boba.
But the opportunity of Snociety came to us so well. And I think it was a great starting point for us. Everything was established. We just needed to learn everything from the previous owner. And I think Snociety was a good starting point for us. But it's time to move on.
And one of the things that we're ready to move on towards is starting a family. We are still in the process of waiting for our adoption. We actually just had our home assessment again. What's it called?
Yearly home checkup.
And we're still waiting. We're still on the list, hopefully anticipating a child soon. But with the way things are currently going at Snociety, we want to change our lifestyle to make it more beneficial for raising a family.
And if we kept Snociety and we got a call that a child was waiting for us, it would be impossible for us to do both. And that's not something we would want to do. We want to raise a family first. So this is a great time for us to stop at the end of March.
Even though we're waiting for adoption, we're not going to be passively waiting. I still think we are going to be actively waiting, meaning we're going to be doing stuff. What are some things you plan to do when Snociety ends?
So Snociety ends at the end of March. And then during the month of April and May, I am going to take a break. I am only going to be working part-time at my current job, and I am going to do creative stuff. I'm going to do some art projects. No freelance work, just art projects for myself. I'm going to do some other fun stuff. I'm going to travel to Chicago. I am going to learn about the U.S. history.
Are you going to Chicago with?
I'm going to Chicago with Kirstie, Hannah, and Tiff Lew. And as I was saying, I'm going to learn U.S. history. I'm going to learn how to play piano. I'm going to try to learn how to do the splits. I'm going to organize our house. I am going to cook because I have not cooked in a year and a half. I'm just going to do a lot of fun stuff. I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to watch Netflix.
So am I going to be the only one? You're going to be working part-time from like
Yeah. I'm going to still be working
I
part-time.
forgot that you were going to work. I thought you were just going to quit everything.
And I'm going to use your money
to learn how to do the splits and go to Chicago and learn U.S. history.
I am going to take a cake decorating class with Kirstie, so I am looking forward to that. And then hopefully a ceramic class too. I want to learn how to do ceramics. A lot of things I hope that will refresh and like get me to be creative again and not just be stagnant and just do what I know what to do. But I want to like really design and really do art that I love and that I'm proud of. And I think these next 2 months is going to be a really exciting time.
See, I think that we're different in the sense where like you feel like because Snociety's over, you need to take a break in order to be creative again.
I think the break is I'm sorry. A huge part of why we're taking a break, is to really focus on our marriage. Because that year and a half was really hard on us. Like, we spent so much time at Snociety. We rarely went out on dates. We just kind of ate together, didn't talk together. So these next 2 months we're going to go on dates. We're going to learn how to do things together. It's not just me doing creative stuff. What was your initial question?
Well, I just think it's funny that you did mention you're going to learn how to do the splits before you said that you were that we need to work on our marriage. I'm glad our priorities are straight.
See, that's like the overarching. So, okay, so these are the things I'm going to do. Do you have a list of things that you want to do?
Well, I think it's funny because you want to take a break in order to be creative again. For me, I'm ready to just jump right into being creative, or at least I feel like I am. I'm ready to just go straight into more ETJ. I'm ready to produce more music with my friends. I'm ready to produce more music of my own. I want to vlog.
But that's the thing. I'm doing a lot of creative stuff, like taking ceramic classes, taking cake decoration classes, doing design for myself. I'm saying no to all freelance stuff, no to all church stuff, in order to just really go back to doing art for myself and kind of building off from that.
I see.
So I'm not stopping.
I see. You're focusing on your own creativity in order to be creative for others later.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah. And I miss doing creative stuff for myself. Like, I don't know what I could do. Like, we'll see. We'll see in those 2 months, like, what I'm really going to do. But I'm capping it at 2 months.
I want to learn how to use your cameras, edit video. I want to learn how to cook. I want to get back into more rigorous?
What are you trying to say?
Exercise. I want to revamp my Sound Words podcast. I want to read. I want to write. I guess there's a lot of creative stuff I want to do.
We're basically catching up on our life from the past 1.5 years. All that time we spent at Snociety, we're doing it in the next 2 months.
I agree with you. There are some church things that I want to redo, but I think that will also take some time and some preparation for me to get everything in place. I will tell you this much, though. I don't plan to stop SVRGNLA. I think we will take that break that we need, but we'll be back in season 2 with a vengeance.
Does that mean something bad?